Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's up? Hi. Hi, girl. What's going on? Say you will, then you won't. Say you do, then you don't. My love. What's going on? Hi, everybody. We're back for Married to Medicine. It is the final episode before we get into the reunion. Girl, I hope everybody had a good weekend. If you are a member of my Patreon, of my YouTube, or of my website, then you got the link, girl. We talked about Bell Collective, Glendale, his Boosie Fade, and Love and Marriage Huntsville, and how Marceau is the most likable person on that cast, and I don't even understand how that happened, okay? But y'all let me know, is the sound okay? Because I know every time we get up here, somebody is in the comments talking about how the sound is low on their end. I don't know yet if that is something that I can control. Every time I go to the playback, the sound sounds exactly like it did when I listened to it up here. It sounds fine to me. So I don't know, y'all. But I might be switching from Ecamm to OBS, and that might help. Okay, so we'll see. Hey, everybody, come on into the room, girl. We're going to get into the Married to Medicines. Okay, we're going to get into the Married to Medicines. Girl, it was a mess. The whole episode stressed me out. Okay, before I get into it, y'all don't forget, here's the link. Here's the QR code. Put it big as fuck on the screen right now. If you want to purchase my merch, my coloring book, my puzzle, the community is not okay. We know it. And if you want to support, here's the QR code, girl. Here it is. Here it is. There it goes. All right. And if you tried to send me money, but it didn't work because my Cash App was acting ignorant, here is the Cash App on the page. Okay. Support the channel, girl. Support the channel. Okay, we got to get these things out of the way. And before we get into the rest of the show, I want to remind everybody that OLFP, that's right, your favorite Ooh Ladies First podcast is coming to Atlanta. That's right, bitch. Did I not save that in here? I thought I saved that in here. I did. The tickets are no longer under Eventbrite. It's the old. But we have a live experience May 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia. You heard me? All right? So make sure y'all come through. The link to your tickets, if you want to purchase tickets for the Ooh Ladies First panel, girl, it's going to be our first time. I feel like y'all want to be there because, like, it's our first time being live, but also it's our first time being all in the same room at the same time to do our show. And I feel like, yeah, we should do that with y'all. We should do that with y'all, and y'all should do that with us, okay? So, yes, the link is down below in the description box, okay? It's in there, girl. If you want to purchase a ticket so that you can come and see us in person, okay? Girl, listen, we was talking about we was going to wear today. We haven't figured it out yet. Y'all can wear whatever y'all want to wear, okay? You show up comfortable, okay? You show up ready to have a good time, all right? Now let's go ahead and get into the thing, girl. Where's my shit for Married to Medicine? All right, say you will, then you won't. I can't stop listening to the emotions, okay? I just can't. I can't, girl. It's my favorite right now. Say you will, then you won't, my love. Okay. Listen, we're gonna see. Also, I know we said my live show was gonna be at the end of this month. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. Okay. But what I would like to do is inquire on if y'all are coming to Essence. Because if y'all are coming to Essence, I will try, okay, to make it that weekend or around that time. So if y'all coming down here for Essence, y'all can come see me too. Okay. We gonna wait and see. But if you gonna come down here for Essence, you might as well come down here and see me, girl. All right. I didn't want, my live show to be competing with the Ooh Ladies First panel. So it was just like, that'll be enough time. The show is in May. And then by the time we get to July, y'all can come down here and see me, if y'all in the area, or, if it ain't nothing but a little quick drive or a little, a little hour plane ride, girl. Come on down to New Orleans for the Essence Fest and come see me. Okay, we're gonna see if we can work that out. Married to Medicine, y'all. Let's get into it, because we also have some clips to get to for the reunion, girl. And I just want y'all to know off rip, if you felt like Steve was right in this situation, I want y'all to know that we not gonna agree today. So just be prepared. Okay, hold up, y'all. My nose. Make sure I ain't got nothing in my nose, child. The weather changing will have you in your house. Okay? All right, I'm all right. Okay. Jackie says it's a punishment to go on a group trip with Married to Medicine and then have to come home and have to work so hard. And she had to mention how she doesn't think any of the other women understand what it's like to go on a vacation and have all this backed up work and then come home and have to do all of this extra work. And I'm like, Jackie, shut up. Because you're at the point in your life where you don't even have to do that. So the fact that you have so much work to do feels like that's what you wanted to do in the first place, okay? They then discuss Curtis offending everybody, right? God told me. God said in the Bible, okay, the reason why you can't have a baby is because you're not right with God, all right? Y'all aren't married. And it's like, but Curtis, you and Jackie didn't have a child. And y'all were married and y'all did it the right way, because there is no right way. That is a societal thing. That is a made up thing that y'all have put on to people, and y'all want people to be living their life based on some made up shit. That's crazy. And I'm sorry, y'all. In 2026, it is crazy for a man that cheated on his wife to open up his mouth and say out loud that another couple are not being blessed with children or a child because they're not right with God. As I've said, crackheads have babies in the bathrooms of Burger Kings. They're right with God, though? Look at Krishan over there, okay? You know how many people are always in my comments arguing with me on behalf of that weirdo-ass bitch over there abusing that child? We're going to talk about it in the BondyBlue show. The BondyBlue show is going to be after this, okay? Because, I got to make my money, y'all. YouTube be on bullshit. You got to make 50, 11 fucking videos in certain months in order for you to make your money. All right, girl, listen. But we don't want to hear that from you, Curtis. You're not the one, Curtis. Okay? You was down to the airport with a bitch in front of everybody on this land. And you think that you're going to be able to come to anybody talking about what the Lord want them to do? The Lord didn't want you to cheat on Jackie. That's what the Lord didn't want you to do. And you did it anyway. Get on away from us with this. They discuss Toya and the Met Gala. And there are all these text messages. It's 5011 fucking text messages. The only messages we saw were people, Toya, we need more information. What's going on, Toya? And I'm just like, I don't know whether Toya was making this difficult intentionally, but to me, it's very simple. Yeah, my nose peeling. It's got me feeling like something in my nose, even though I just looked at my nose. Ain't nothing in my nose. It feels like something's in my nose because my nose is peeling. Oh, my God. Y'all gonna judge me anyway. Fuck it. DA, fuck them. Judge, fuck them. My niggas in a pen, I miss them. I love them. If they ever violate, fuck them. Let their mama love them, okay? And she probably don't neither. Anyway, so Jackie said that Toya would get them in trouble with the founders. It should have been all of the ladies involved in being founders. And so Toya went on the website, took her and Jackie's picture, and then added the other ladies, but did not add Brandy, Mimi, and Angel, which in all honesty, I kind of understand. We don't know if y'all even going to be here next year. Why would we add y'all as founders to something that is, really about our core group? Because yeah, Mimi, you've been here for more than 1 year, but you, Brandy, and Angel could not be here next year. Y'all could be gone in 2 years. All we know is the people that have been on this show since season what? Whenever the season was, they started doing the Met Gala, whoever those people were, that's who needs to be included. That's just how I feel. Okay? That's just how I feel, girl. So I did understand that, but at the same time, that shouldn't have stopped them from donating if they wanted to donate to the cause. Okay. Now, in my mind, if you donate the $2,500 that was asked of you, then nothing else is expected but for you to show up as a part of the collective, right? If you did not get the $2,500, then it would behoove you to buy a $150 ticket to come to the event. And then if you want to purchase art or something like that, that might be up to you. Okay. That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know why Toya couldn't bullet point the situation. Y'all, the way me, Jamie, and Niecy have put together our live show, child, we don't know what the fuck. We feel like y'all on Married to Medicine making shit difficult so that y'all will have a story arch. Because at the end of the day, girl, this is not that difficult. Get the venue, alcohol, find out how much everything gonna cost. We gotta pay deposits. Who's gonna be involved? Okay, let's pick a venue. All right, like. And really, the truth of the matter is the only person you would have had to get agreements from is the original. So the original people, but really, Contessa don't care. Contessa don't care. The only people you really needed to talk to, as far as I'm concerned, I would have only talked to Heavenly, Jackie, Simone, and Quad about what we were gonna do. And then everybody else, they could add their money if they want to. And that's just because I feel like they previously have been more involved. And girl, Contessa just need to show up and give her money. That's all she need to do, because she need to focus on what she gonna wear. Okay? There's so much energy going towards what she gonna wear. She just need to give us her money and go on about her way. Okay? But yes, planning shit is extremely stressful. And that's why it's just like, if I have the money, then I don't have to worry about certain things. Right? So they're giving out scholarships to 2 med students. So the all of the money is going to the scholarship fund, I guess. And then they're giving $5,000 to 2 students. I didn't know if that was to the 2 students alone or there was more money going somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. Okay? But either way, we got it done. Mimi and Steve, right? This is the last episode, so we got to close storylines down. Make shit make sense, right? We had a beginning, middle, now we got our end, all right? Mimi and Steve, I want to say Stevie so bad. Because you know Mimi and Stevie J, okay? Mimi and Steve are building their dream home. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful home. 5 bedrooms, 8,500 square feet. I said, I hope that you can afford somebody to clean that motherfucker. Because, girl, I'm telling y'all, my house is what, maybe between 1,700, because the entire house is like 2,000 something. The house might be 1,700 square feet. And cleaning all of the rooms of this house, like just on a weekly, monthly basis, girl. And I don't even have any kids. I have dogs fucking everything up. I woke up this morning to shit on my floor. Okay, liquidy shit on the floor. All right? So listen, having dogs is not that much better. I hope one day your children aren't shitting on the floor. But at the same time, y'all, I just feel like 8,500 square feet, that's such a huge house. And I understand why you would want that big of a house, especially if you have children, and especially if you have a child with special needs. Like, you need to be able to run into a room that nigga can't find you in. Okay, bitch, you need to run to the other wing of the house. Niggas looking for me. I'm hiding in the fucking closet. Okay, she gonna have a secret room in a closet like Claire Huxtable or some shit like that. Soundproof. Leave me alone. She's going to need that at some point, okay? But their son is going to therapy for speech therapy, and it's helping with the behaviors. And, you know, this country is really pissing me off. Y'all, I be trying, like, I just be like, oh, my God, I can't, because it's just always something else. But this is one of those things, like, special needs children will act out in violence when they can't communicate, just like regular, stupid people, okay? And I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, like, y'all know how niggas are. They can't communicate with words because, they stupid. So they can't communicate with words, and so they all physical all the time. Well, I think it's the same thing with children who have special needs. It's hard for them to communicate. They get frustrated, and then they get violent, right? And as they get older, especially if they're boys, this is going to become a more, like, strenuous situation. So it's so important for children to get the aid, to get the therapies that they need, when they're very young. So by the time they get to a certain age, they've become more acclimated into life and being able to do more for themselves. So it's not as much on the parents. And what y'all stupid ass president decided to do when they had their big shitty bill is to make it harder for parents and people who don't have all of this fucking money to be able to afford therapies for children that are gonna go out into the world and either get hurt or hurt somebody if they don't get what they need. Oh my God, it pisses me off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I hate, oh, girl, I can't stand these motherfuckers. Woo! All right. Eugene finally got a new office. Okay, we closing down the storyline. The nigga got an office. I don't know why it took him the whole season for him to find an office 20 minutes from the house, but he found it. And now Toya is happy. But Toya is also in boss mode because she's getting everything together for his office, getting everything together for the Med Gala. And Toya is just a bossy individual. Okay, you a girl, you're smart, you're bossy. Okay, that's just how they do you. All right, they used to call me bossy all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry that I didn't let you do the wrong thing, or I just, didn't stay quiet while you did the wrong shit, got the wrong answer. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Eugene, we glad you got your office, baby. Heavenly talks to Mimi about this text thread shit, but there are no answers on what's happening. And I'm like, how the fuck y'all got 80-something messages between y'all and nobody got answers about shit that's not that difficult? Okay, everybody said Toya was just like, give me the money and just show up. And in all honesty, for every single one of y'all women, this should not have been a difficult thing to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If she wanted to handle it all on her own, I would have just handed her the money. Do it. You know why? Because all of y'all got money. All right? It'd be different if y'all was actually broke like me. But y'all not broke like me. Okay? So y'all should have been able to just give this girl this $2,500 and let her do what she needed to do with it. And then if she can't be trusted, then you just know that you can't give Toya your money no more. But then also be mad at Jackie because Jackie is still in charge of this situation because she was the one that gave Toya the reins. I would still be mad at Jackie, but y'all not going to be as mad at Jackie as y'all need to be because y'all allowed Jackie to get away with her passive aggressive shit. Because that's passive aggressive, that you set her up to fail. And then instead of stepping in to make everything easier for everybody, I'm just gonna continue to let her fail and we'll just see what happens. That'll teach her a lesson. And on some level, I understand that is the reason why Eugene is pissed off. I do. Because it seems like, and we're not saying it, but it seems like Eugene had to be more involved with this Med Gala than they're actually talking about. Toya paid herself to throw the party. Is that what she did? Is that what she did? When did they say that? Girl, we gonna get into some clips. Maybe they said that online and I missed it. Okay. Let's see what else. But I also feel like it is a choice whether you're going to participate or not. Like either participate or don't, girl. All right. You know what I mean? That's what the choices were. People said what they was gonna do. So Eugene says that Toya tried to talk to them in Jamaica and they kept cussing her out and interrupting her. And they did. I don't know what was going on in that scene. I did feel like, Toya, why can't you just like, Toya, you are purposefully not communicating. I feel like that's maybe what it was. Like, what is the issue here? It's working on my nerves though. I know a lot of them don't like Toya. And listen, I'm not going to say I like, because I say what I say about her. Like, I don't think she's like trustworthy as a friend, or like you can't trust her with your feelings. You can't trust her with your emotions. She'll play you out. She a goofy bitch. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm just going to call the situation how I see it. And in this situation, give the bitch the money, let it sink or swim. And then next year, we'll move accordingly based on what you did this year. I think that's what Quad's attitude was to the situation. But, everybody else will make a big deal out of it, okay? Toya says Mimi said what she does but doesn't offer her help, meaning that I do this and I do that. And I almost feel like it is a power play thing happening. Because instead of just saying, Toya, do you want me to handle this portion of it? Do you need me to handle this portion of it? Y'all will present her with what y'all do and then wait for her to ask for your help. And because she feels like, no, y'all wanted me to sink or swim, y'all was trying to set me up to fail. Nah, don't help me now, bitch. Just give me the money. Just give me the money and don't worry about it. I feel like that's kind of what's happening on both sides. I am more inclined to feel like, Toya is being problematic in some type of way. Like, I am more inclined to believe that she's making it difficult purposefully because y'all admitted that y'all wanted her to fail. So she's being difficult on purpose. I think so. But I also feel like, why the fuck would you admit that you wanted her to fail? Why not just go along with it? And you know what I'm saying? But y'all let that slip out that y'all wanted her to fail. And I think after that, it was like, just give me the money and get the fuck out of my face. Y'all either like it or y'all won't when y'all get here. Okay? Simone apologized for saying fuck them kids, right? Because Simone, Cecil, and her boys sit down for dinner so that we could close up their storyline this season. Okay. And the thing that aggravates me about this is I feel like y'all will have this conversation on the show and nothing will change. Nothing will change. Okay. But it's your family, girl. I don't really give a fuck. But it does seem often like people come to us with the same issues every season. And I do feel like Simone tends to come to us with the same issues every fucking season. So she apologized to her sons for saying fuck y'all. And then her son apologizes for cursing and his tone with her overall. And she says, thank you. And Cecil says, don't interrupt them. And Simone says, you were quiet when we had this original conversation. Can you be quiet now? And that's why I say I don't know if y'all will ever really, truly get in a better place, because even in a moment when you are the one apologizing first, your husband is still trying to find a way to regulate you and make sure that you're not stepping on the son's toes in some type of way. Was I the only one that was actually really annoyed by that? Is it just me? But that bothered me because I was just like, see, the mentality is still the same, right? The mentality is still the same, that you need to be more worried about your son's feelings than your wives. Your sons are grown. You're not supposed to care more about their feelings than you do about your wife, especially in this moment. Because before, when they got into it, you sat there and you said nothing or you defended your sons. In this moment, if everybody's apologizing and trying to do different, it would behoove you, Cecil, to do different. Cecil says something and then doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, still continues to move in the same way. And it's not about his money. It is really about, who is your fucking partner, nigga? Like, who are you here for? Because you and Simone don't have to be together in order for y'all to be good parents to y'all sons. Y'all have raised them. They are grown. Y'all can do stuff together. And you and Simone do not have to be together. But when I tell you, I do not, I'm telling y'all, it's something that you always have to deal with in relationships. The way men love to defend everybody but their wife. Listen, okay? Let's see, where else? So yeah, they all say they have to lock in. Miles, is it Michael? Michael says that he does want to make a lot of money so that he can help his mom. He wants to be able to show them a nice time and bring them places that they've never been to before, but they all just need to lock in. And they all hug and make up, and it's love and it's peace with the Whitfield family. Okay? Moving on. Whitmore, sorry. The Met Gala. Toya feels that she really did a great job. They said she changed the venue. It seems like her change of venue was a good idea. The venue was light and airy. She also had an art show. And people were doing like art in the the space and everything. That was really nice. I saw little cute food and shit being passed around. Jackie and Simone were very happy. Everybody that walked up was like, "Oh, okay." Like that. Mimi and Steve didn't buy a ticket and they didn't pay. Okay, so this is the thing we need to talk about, because I was reading a lot of the comments, right? On one of the pages. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, bitch, because they made me mad. Okay? These hoes made me mad. Okay, so look. Boom. This what they posted on the internet. Hold up. Why wouldn't Toya just let Eugene and Steve talk? Toya and Eugene seem like the only ones who can't just let the women's and men's business be separate, because it's not separate. I know y'all want to stick to that old school principle of the way you move, but I think everything is a case by case situation. You cannot do a one size fits all when we are conjoined in doing shit together. How the fuck y'all gonna keep the men and the women separate from each other when the men are married to the women? I just think that mentality is dumb in this situation because it seemed as if Toya had the answers that Eugene did not have when it came to, I told your wife what was going on, right? I told your wife what we was going to do. Maybe she didn't tell you, but this is a situation where it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It's not a separate situation. They did this together. I don't know why Steve, and I almost felt like because Steve could not answer Toya, it was, I don't talk to women. I'm going to talk to the man. It's because you don't want to deal with what Toya is saying. You want to have the argument with Eugene because you feel like you can have this argument with Eugene and press him in a certain way. That's what it felt like to me. Why couldn't Toya, hold up, bullshit. Should Mimi and Steve have bought a ticket? Absolutely. Are Eugene and Toya the right messengers after they've been dodging Med Gala contributions for 2 years? No. Have they been dodging the shit for 2 years exactly? Because they did give wine that 1 year, and the next year they didn't give anything at all. Absolutely right, okay? But I still felt like Mimi ain't the one to be trying to give out that medicine. Like, Steve and Mimi are not the people to be giving out the medicine because you didn't pay for anything that Jackie and them paid for on that last one, right? The last time they did the Med Gala. That was Jackie and Simone and Heavenly that really handled that situation. Yeah, y'all came there and bought a $5,000 bowl so that y'all could flex on everybody. Thank you for that. But to me, it's even crazy that you didn't buy a ticket. And I'm gonna tell you why. It was because Toya was getting loud. Was she? Didn't she tell them that they can go in the back and have that conversation? That was another thing she said. I don't know if she was getting loud. I didn't perceive it that way. Either way, to me, Steve stood up and made it a point to tell everybody that he wasn't going to do shit and he wasn't going to be involved. Didn't he? Didn't he stand up and say that he had another thing that he was going to do? So he was not going to be giving anything? So then, if you're not going to donate the $2,500, at least buy the 2 tickets. But then gonna show up talking about, oh no, we're a part of Jackie's table. Talking about, and I saw people in the comments saying shit like, oh, if somebody has a table and you're a guest of the person who has the table, then you don't have to pay. That's not true. I don't know where y'all do that at. Every time there's a ball down here in New Orleans and somebody has a table, you have to buy tickets for their table. Yeah, you have to pay. They have a table, they have seats at their table, and they sell you tickets, 2 seats at their table. You don't just show up because you're a guest of them. Y'all thought y'all was going to just be able to walk in because y'all are on the show. And because y'all already have beef, Mimi, Toya, it is giving, no, you didn't get a ticket. You said you're not donating. Why the fuck should we just be letting y'all in? He said he wasn't giving the $2,500. Period. If you not, and then when Eugene says, are you gonna buy a ticket? You said you wasn't gonna give, so are you gonna buy a ticket? And then he's like, well, y'all need to decide what's more important because I could have came in here and bought art, and that would have helped. But see, no, Steve, no, motherfucker, you said that you wasn't gonna be donating anything because you had another charity that you were giving to. So at least buy the tickets. And then if you chose to buy art, then great. But at the end of the day, you already told everybody that you and your wife were not going to be giving any money. You weren't going to give the $2,500. And to me, it makes sense that when Heavenly walks through the door, she just can walk in because Heavenly gave $2,500 to put the event together. I don't understand why that's so hard. That man turned around and basically tried to make it seem like Eugene and Toya were not getting the most out of the situation because he could have bought more art. You said you weren't going to, though. You said you weren't going to. You and your $5,000 black leather Louis Vuitton jacket showed up to this event and bitched out about $300. That's my issue with Steve in this situation. Because, dude, you the one, loud and proud. Everybody else said that they were going to give money to this event. You the main, no, I'm not giving anything because we have this, and this going on. Cool. You come to the event and you don't even buy a ticket and you turn around and say, oh, we with Dr. Jackie? I just kind of felt like, no, buy the ticket. Just buy the fucking ticket. Let's see if they was hollering. Y'all said they was hollering. I didn't perceive it that way. And then somebody said, wow, that's ugly, mean behavior, singling out Dr. Mimi and Steve at the door. They were not singled out. Everybody that came through the door needed a QR code, or it was somebody that gave $2,500 to the event. That's how it went. Y'all were not singled out. Everybody had to get checked at that door. Everybody.
So you want ticket money or you want a donation?
And see, that's what I'm saying. So you want ticket money or you want a donation? Nigga, when we asked you if you was going to do the donation, you said no. What are we talking about?
Yesterday's price is not today's price. You feel me?
I don't.
Because he said, we gave y'all $5,000 for the event last year. What does that have to do with today, y'all? What does that have to do with today? Since when do people have events every year and you gave money last year so you feel like you could show up to the event this year and not give anything? What?
For somebody who spent $5,000 on a ugly piece of glass last year, the bullshit here is showing up to an event that is for charity and thinking you're going to get in for free.
This is going directly to the scholarship balloon. Okay.
That was last year.
So you want...
And then it still was Mimi that opened up her phone and gives the money. But only after they did all of that. Like, I guess, girl, let's go back to Toya and see if Toya got loud.
No problem.
To be 100 with you, bro.
Now, mind you, now I'm thinking about it, even if Toya did get loud, I don't give a fuck. Because this is the second time that Steve has walked up to Eugene about an issue that has been resolved. Y'all paid for the tickets to come in. Why are we still talking? And that's because Steve wanted to me, in my opinion, Steve wanted to try to punk Eugene over this situation.
I didn't like how that played out with us being singled out about the ticket.
There's a lot of confusion.
Yes.
Right. Where'd some of that confusion come from? Because Toya was trying to tell everybody in Jamaica how this happened and how it was supposed to work. She kept getting cut off. But the leadership wasn't able to disseminate the information.
Communication.
Steve, I'm sorry that you feel like you were cut off or you were singled out or whatever.
Exactly.
And
that's all I was asking. Yes. That wasn't cool. Because we were people.
You know what wasn't cool? Y'all not supporting the cause. Because the reality is...
And he didn't have anything to say to that.
I'll let
None
you
of that
finish.
could have happened had y'all just, or you or your wife, bought a ticket. Your wife listened to everything I said, and you know what she said? We're out.
I don't really address women. I talk.
When was she loud? When was she loud? When was she loud? That was not loud. They're in a loud room.
Just take that in the back.
Take that in the back.
But my point was this. We were going to come and donate and buy a piece of art and do...
But you didn't say that.
Piece of art and do and contribute much more than $150. There could have been a better approach and understanding that there's some people who can come in here and buy all this artwork off the wall.
Absolutely.
And there's some people who can only buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your point?
It was poor taste. So
It was not. And this is the second time we're having this conversation. So first you want to tell us that you're rich, and now you want to tell us that we lack class because we didn't just let you walk in without paying for a ticket, even though you said you weren't going to donate. And now you're telling us that you were going to buy artwork. And then you're saying it as if we lost the opportunity because we didn't kiss your ass for you to buy the artwork. Nigga, shut up.
I'd rather have $300 than $5, $10, $15, $20,000.
Do y'all see the way he's framing it? So you would rather have the ticket money than have us pay the $15? No, that's what you say after you are mad that they didn't just let you walk in. So now you're going to say that. But what did you tell us last episode? Loud and proud, I'm not giving no money. That's what you said.
Artwork could have been sold. Somebody's scholarship could have been paid for, but no. They can't put that aside.
Nobody can come through the door unless they brought a ticket.
We may have to
And
agree to disagree.
that may not be true
But I am trying-
based on my conversations with Brandy and the other lady.
But
Even
I
though
want to make sure.
Toya said Brandy bought a ticket today.
the lady,
Bought her a ticket today.
Toya has something against me. I cannot put my finger on it.
Oh, girl. Y'all been beefing all season. Girl, Mimi, y'all been beefing all season. Don't say you don't know why. Oh, my God, Toya doesn't like me. I don't know why she doesn't like me. Girl, you know why Toya don't like you, because you don't like her. That's why. You called her out. You called her out, and you said that, you know, she didn't know how to be a good friend. Y'all have said, you and your husband have said shit and have done, like, you know, messy shit when it comes to Toya and Eugene. Let's be real. Not saying that means that, you know, anybody should be coming at you about it, but it just means, like, girl, come on now. Don't be facetious.
Simone bought 10 tickets.
I can't give any more of myself to this relationship.
I am truly sorry that you felt disrespected.
Piece of art and do and contribute much more.
And people are saying, I don't think Steve and Mimi had an issue with paying. It was clear there was no communication about needing to buy a ticket. That's not a hard concept. So once you got to the door and understood that you needed to buy a ticket, what's the hard concept of buying the ticket? Why are we talking about this a second time? You bought the ticket, that's it. Why are we still talking about it, Shan? The comments, girl. Because everybody just wants to, like, shit on Toya and Eugene in this situation. And even though I do feel like Eugene need to calm the fuck down as far as defending Toya. Because I do feel like Toya can stand on her own 2 feet. Toya is an asshole. But y'all said y'all wasn't going to participate. Buy the fucking ticket and shut the fuck up about it. Why are we talking about this a second time so you could let us know you felt disrespected? Eugene ultimately told him, I'm sorry that you felt that way. That wasn't my intention. Period. So yeah, we're just going to have to agree to disagree when it comes to this situation, because Steve is just straight up lying, and y'all acting like, you know, it's Toya and Eugene. Nigga, you said you wasn't gonna give nothing. Pay the $300 at the door and shut the fuck up. I could have done this. I could have done that. If you actually cared about what we were doing here, then you would have done it anyway. You would have bought the art anyway to contribute, but you didn't. So, shut up. $2,500 from all of them is more than $10K. They have to pay for shit though. They have to pay for the venue. They have to pay for the food. They have to pay for the alcohol. They have to pay for any entertainment that they had. They had to pay for other shit. Like that money, the $2,500 probably went to paying for the event within itself. And then whatever was left over, that is what's going to the young people. Okay? Now, I know y'all say $10,000 is not a lot of money, but we were also very confused on what happened last season, right? Why did Brandy buy the ticket the day of? Oh, okay. No, she bought the ticket the day of because they obviously were not communicating well. We all agreed that Toya was probably being an asshole. Did you just walk in here? I said that already. But once you figured out how much it was at the door, pay and like, oh girl. Anyway, moving on. So, Steve, I don't know what the problem is at this point. I just feel like you just wanted to let everybody know that you had enough money and all of this shit. And it's like, nigga, you have a $5,000 Louis Vuitton leather jacket on. We know you have the money. We just know you probably didn't want to give the money to this situation because Toya and Eugene were in charge, and your wife don't see it for Toya, and Toya don't see it for her. Fine. Pay the $300. Pay for art or don't pay for art. Stop it. Like, stop trying to act like if it was only for that. No. Okay? Everybody knows that Toya is an asshole. We're not, nobody's confused about that. Toya is an asshole. Toya probably did not give y'all the information, because after a while it was just give me the money and get the fuck out of my face, as I've said already. Contessa walked in with a frame because they were all supposed to be wearing like, you know, living artwear. They were supposed to be wearing like dresses that were considered to be art. I guess they did not. The only person that, you know, looked like art, I guess, was Brandy. Brandy was like, child, I could have wore a regular ass dress if y'all was just gonna wear a regular ass dress. Quad comes in with her friend Ronald, and Kirk came later on. Kirk was at a wedding, and then they came separately. They made it seem like it's because he had another event, but then people are not together anymore. Then people are not together anymore. Okay. When Kirk did get there, Curtis pulls them in for the hug and apologizes to them and talks about how they always laugh and have a good time. And I'm like, that doesn't mean that you're not a misogynist. It doesn't mean that you're not like a, you know, a Bible thumper. Okay, that's what I'm gonna call you, a Bible thumper. All right, because you always want to thump the Bible when you want to judge somebody else, but you was thumping other bitches' coaches. We wasn't talking about the Bible then, Curtis. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't stand. That's why I don't like people that's involved with religion now, because they be some of the most hypocritical, in your face motherfuckers, and they won't pass judgment if you don't stop talking to me. If you don't get your ass out my face, okay? Because it ain't never said that I couldn't have. Like, where in the 10 Commandments does it say anything about premarital sex? Where? It don't say it in none of the 10 Commandments. You know what it do say? Don't commit adultery, bitch. That's what it say. They accept his apology because she don't care nothing about this relationship anymore. Simone tells Toya, don't ask anybody on the show for a ticket. She needs to just let everybody in. I mean, they did let them in, but they was like, where's the ticket money, bitch? I don't see the problem. Okay? They give $2,500. I'm sorry, they give two $5,000 scholarships. Y'all said that's not enough, I guess. Heavenly tells Toya she did an amazing job. Everybody said she did a really good job. She was emotional. Simone is still mad at Heavenly, but acting like she's not at the event. Girl, I get it. It's so hard. It's so hard. And Quad is over Kirk. That was basically everything that happened. I know y'all see a problem with it. I don't care. Because once you said you wasn't going to give and you showed up and you didn't buy a ticket and y'all like, just let them in. Why? Everybody else everybody else put money towards this event. Why should we let them in and they didn't just because they're a part of the show? Why? Why? I don't know. I don't agree. I just don't. But y'all will be okay. All right. So let's move on to what happened online. Girl, is that Lanithia? Girl, I don't know why. Every time I see Lanithia, I don't know who the fuck I'm looking at. She look different every time I see her, y'all. Dr. Simone says, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me see something right quick. All right, let me play this.
Jackie, welcome. You vaccinated for drama tonight?
I am.
Okay.
Double dose.
Dr. Heavenly, will you be practicing diplomacy tonight?
We'll see.
You're counting on votes. So.
Absolutely. We got money.
Hi, Toya.
Hello.
Feel good to be in the Met Gala steps?
It feels amazing. This set looks breathtaking. I love that I was able to inspire the people. She had a great leader. Did I? You did. Oh, now you want to claim the spot? I've always had this. Oh, okay.
Dr. Simone, anything in the group chat about tonight?
The group chat went silent.
Well, you never do.
Never.
Simone brought me.
I'm very confused on whether it was just that $5,000 to those women or was it also other money? Because remember, they also did like an art thing where they were selling art. Okay. I don't count other people's money, especially in times like this. I don't count other people's money. But I understand what y'all mean. Y'all said they should have been able to at least give those girls $20K. They spend more than $10K on bags. Hey, I understand where y'all coming from, but I just feel like you're not entitled to other people's money. Like, I know y'all feel this way, and I get it. I'm not mad. I understand what y'all saying. They got money. Why couldn't they put more on it? But at the same time, you don't know them people pockets like that. So whatever. People got $5,000 scholarship. That's not enough. $5,000 more than they had before.
Some earplugs tonight. It is this right one that I'm going to be popping in. So,
Prevention?
thank you. That was kind.
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Mimi.
Hello.
Did Toya try to sell you a ticket to get onto the reunion stage?
Tickets, donations, whatever she wanted.
Okay. Miss Quad, Miss Quad.
She got it. She got it.
Talk to me about the hair. Do blondes have more fun?
That's what the
Dr. Jackie, welcome. The hair. Do blondes have more fun?
that's what the people say.
Okay.
I have fun every day of my life, though.
Yes, you do. Hey, Dr. Contessa.
Hello, how are you?
Any predictions for tonight?
A stormy night ahead, but at least it's going to be a beautiful war because everybody looks amazing.
Okay. Very good. I was really surprised when I walked into Simone's room today and you and Jackie were not sharing, as you've done, I think, every year. Why is that, Simone?
I needed Jackie. She failed to deliver. And so I just wanted to be in a room by myself.
We are going to get into this a little bit later. I'm really hoping that we can get this to a better place, and I'm confident that we can. The hair. Do blondes have more fun?
All right. So apparently Jackie and Simone are not in a good place. Surprise, surprise.
Toya, it's been 6 months since filming wrapped, and I think the question on everybody's mind is, are you still in the house?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The shade of it.
Where else am I going to be?
Well, you've had many homes.
Yes, I've purchased them all.
Okay. I'm not questioning the ownership. Heavenly, do you think this is Toya's forever home?
No, I don't. I think that she probably will sell it in a few years, get a profit, and probably move to a condo by herself somewhere.
By herself?
I mean, damn, did I say that?
You
did.
Like out loud. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I feel like she's going to sell it, get a great profit, and move into something higher.
With her husband.
With her husband.
Okay.
Tasha from Inglewood, California said maybe if Toya treated Eugene with more respect, he wouldn't want to spend all that time on the road.
Yeah, I think that is someone projecting like other people on that side of the couch. She doesn't have a clue what's going on in my home. We don't yell all the time, but it happens. I think it happens in...
Toya, it's been 6 months since filming wrapped, and I
think it happens in everyone's household.
Yeah.
Simone, you didn't hold back when you said Toya's skip workday party looked more like a day in the life for her. Do you stand by that comment?
I stand by that. Toya has a great life. She keeps an immaculate house and she keeps her house up well. No one would ever be able to go there and say it needed pressure washing.
Bitch, your house nasty. Pressure wash this mother. You don't set us all up for mother contamination.
Ooh, the burn.
The burn. The pressure washer, baby.
Nice.
Pressure washer.
Child, my house need to be pressure washed right now. I tell you. I keep saying it. My husband ignores me, child.
Happens. I think it happens in...
Let me see. What else going on?
Paula from Clearwater, Florida said, Toya, you said some women love watching you and Eugene argue while misrepresenting their own relationships.
I just think that it is very easy for certain ladies to deflect. You haven't seen any cheating in my relationship. My husband's not telling me he doesn't trust me with my son. So let's stop with the shenanigans. I think everyone on this stage should honestly stay out of my relationship.
If you wouldn't put it out there, we wouldn't have
unless we
anything to
want
say.
Toya
Wait, what was that? Who not safe around their child?
to really tell.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Who's child not safe? Wait, run it back.
Because there's a book that hasn't been opened on her relationship as well.
Really? Well, let's talk about it. Because I had a whole next door neighbor that told me about your husband.
I had a whole
And the
person
things that
tell
he
me
did.
about your husband and what he does as well in the hospital and why he was
I would
fired.
beg to differ.
Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's put it on the table.
If we're going to stay out of everybody's relationship, make sure that flows.
Paula from Clearwater,
I need to hear
Florida
this
said,
again.
Toya, you said some women love watching you and Eugene argue while misrepresenting their own relationships.
I just think that it is very easy for certain ladies to deflect.
Hold up, let me see. Y'all said they didn't even have food last year? Ugh.
You haven't seen any cheating.
I think putting together events is extremely expensive. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Atlanta, probably. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand you know, everybody in the comments that's pocket watching and, you know, all of that shit. Y'all have y'all opinions, but y'all going hard as fuck about some money that ain't coming out of y'all account.
In my relationship, my husband's not telling me he doesn't trust me with my son.
My husband isn't telling me he doesn't trust me with our son. Was that shade to Mimi and Steve? Or was that shade to Heavenly and Damon? But the son is grown. So what you mean you don't trust? You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I need you to call a thing, bitch.
So let's stop with the shenanigans. I think everyone on this stage should honestly stay out of my relationship.
If you wouldn't put it out there, we wouldn't have
unless we
anything to
want
say.
Toya to really tell.
Go ahead,
Go
please.
ahead.
Open the book, please.
Well,
for
here's
everyone.
it. I'm gonna open the book.
Because there's a book that hasn't been opened on her relationship as well.
Really? Well, let's talk about it. Because I had a whole next door neighbor that told me about your husband.
I had a whole
and the
person
things
tell
that
me
he
about your husband and what he does as well in the hospital and why he was
I
fired.
beg to differ.
Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's put
Sure that flows all the way through.
That part.
Okay?
And that's your words.
I do have to say, you have spoken on marriage. You spoke on marriage.
I've only spoke after, Jackie. Anything that I've spoke about your marriage has been after you brought it to the table.
I
and
never
we had
brought
a
it to the
conversation.
table.
Well, first of all, your husband touched that lady hips. She has every right to speak on how your husband touched her. Let's be very clear.
Curtis has his hands on a couple of different ways on our show before. Me being one of those individuals.
I've never spoken about you or Eugene and your disrespect.
Man, that age.
It looks good on some of us.
I mean, menopause.
I'm in menopause.
Toya, don't age shame. Don't.
Baby, I'm about to be 50. I can talk about age all I want. Jackie, no one's coming to you about Curtis like I could be.
Okay, and nobody's
Curtis
coming to
sat
you.
my husband down and had a whole conversation with
As
him.
he should
telling
have.
him, no, he should not.
As
Curtis
he
is the
should
last
have.
one should be talking to anybody's man.
No, honey, you need to talk about yours.
Sure that flows.
Child, they sitting up. Are y'all insinuating that Eugene is down to the hospital fucking on people? Is that what y'all saying, Eugene? That better not be true, but I believe whatever they say bad about you niggas. So you need to clear this up, Eugene.
All right, fellas.
This is Dr. Eugene versus Steve. Do you want to be one of the women? Because you're acting like one. I don't like that, y'all. I really don't. I'm sorry. And it might just be, I really don't like when y'all do that shit to Eugene. I don't. Because it's the least problematic husband we're going to shame all the time and emasculate. And I just kind of feel like, you know, and then I remember when I said I didn't like what I saw in the preview with Steve calling Eugene, you know, Eugene Bush. And somebody was in the comments. And somebody was in the comments talking about, well, Toya said. Eugene didn't say shit. Like, the fuck? Man, they say nothing about nobody.
Are you? Oh, me? Yeah, you a little antsy. You know, I don't want to see.
Is that another Louis Vuitton jacket? My God, on today. Does this nigga like shop anywhere else? Everything is Louis Vuitton.
You know, obviously there's some level of accountability we all need to take, but
if Steve got to the event and didn't know he needed a ticket,
never said.
I will say this. I'm not saying what's right or wrong.
No, to me, Eugene and Toya's relationship is the better relationship than everybody else's, and it is what it is to me. You know, everybody can say what they want to say, but Eugene respects his wife more than everybody else respects their wife on this cast. I'm sorry. Like, and so I'm going to be more inclined to be annoyed when y'all come for him, because on some level it feels like we're bullying Eugene because he respects his wife more than he respects us. or Eugene likes his wife more than he likes us. I don't know what, but to me, even when people say Eugene doesn't check Toya, yes, he does. Eugene is the only husband that does check his own wife in front of people too. That's why they get into it, because he will actually say something to her sometimes when she's doing too much.
Wrong, but I will say this. We have to do a better job communicating what's going on. He didn't know.
There wasn't a lot of inclusion.
Are y'all gonna buy a ticket?
About that, what?
Whatever Jackie, or Jackie's table.
If you're trying to include people.
See, two different things. He said, are y'all gonna buy a ticket? That nigga said, we at Jackie's table. Mimi said, well, I was confused about that. So do you want the information so you will know what to do? Or do you just want to get in here free? And pretend like you're going to buy something off the wall.
People and they're just pushing back.
Man, fuck out of here.
Then you move on and you make a good event, correct?
I disagree. You tried to exclude us when it comes to tickets, but there was never...
To me, I feel like Steve is insecure about how much money he makes. And that's why he's blowing this situation out of proportion for me. You're blowing it out of proportion. You know, the way you adorn yourself, the way you dress, it's like you want everybody to know that you have a lot of money, and this made you look like you don't have the money that you pretend to have. And now you want to come up here with another Louis Vuitton jacket on talking about this shit again.
Never said that we needed to buy a ticket. It was never said that we needed to buy a ticket.
If you didn't like the way it was run and you were so out in Jamaica, why the hell were you even there?
Because it's the Met Gala. Because it's a big
why were you there? Why were you there? You were out. I was surprised.
All right, fellas.
You were out. I was surprised to see.
I was never there to support you. I was there to support the...
Child, ain't nothing worse than wearing nothing but Louis Vuitton and it's fake. Nigga, if you don't put some other shit in there, some fucking JCPenney, some Macy's, some Dillard's, bitch, you better put somebody else in this rotation of clothes.
Okay, then support the cause.
It was about the cause.
And buy a ticket. When you come in.
I did buy a ticket.
Then why are we having this argument? Steve, I can't imagine that you're justifying bad behavior. We know.
Mother Magic, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I don't even think, like, when the way he act with Toya, the way she disrespect him, there are moments where they get into it. But as a man, I don't think he's over there getting fucked over the way everybody tries to make it seem. I think they blow it out of proportion because they're so used to women being subservient and quiet to their men and not like expressing how they feel to them out of constant need to show respect. And then that's because y'all want to be submissive all the time. Y'all want to pretend. Y'all want to perform submission in front of people. And then when you go behind closed doors, then you curse the nigga out like a raggedy dog.
You justify bad behavior every single day with Toya.
He doesn't, though.
You justify bad behavior.
He does not justify everything Toya does, though.
What are you talking about? So when you
mentioned my wife,
you want to cuss, so if you gonna keep that energy,
don't boss up on me, Steve.
No, I'm telling you, you just listen. I was good.
Stop pointing.
I was good.
You can stop.
I was good.
You can stop.
Until you just said something about. Do you want to be one of the women?
Do you?
Do you want to be one of the women? Because you're acting like one.
Nah, do y'all really think that was necessary? Y'all think Eugene did something or said something for all of that?
You were out. I was surprised to see.
I was never there to support you. I was there to support the cause, Eugene.
Okay, then support the cause.
Toya told Eugene to shut up and put a biscuit in his mouth on national TV. Yeah, and he's okay. He'll make it. I'm sure he was able to pull the remnants of his self-esteem up off the floor from his wife telling him to shut up and put a biscuit. Like, you ain't ever told your husband to shut up? You ain't never told the nigga to shut up before? Oh, okay.
It was about the cause.
Buy a ticket. When you come in.
I did buy a ticket.
I feel like I agree with y'all. That's why I don't like that we even having this conversation right now. Because it's not like I don't agree that Toya does the most and Toya is an asshole. I agree with y'all. But I do feel like it's being gassed.
We having this argument, Steve. I can't imagine that you're justifying bad behavior. When you come into an
you
event,
justify bad behavior every single day with Toya.
Now, see, come on now, y'all.
You're not a little antsy right there, are you? Yeah, you're a little antsy.
You know, sound like Steve came in a room with energy.
You know, I don't want to see you guys argue, and I understand the anger.
You know, obviously there's some level of accountability we all need to take, but...
If Steve got to the event and didn't know he needed a ticket...
Never said.
I will say this. I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but I will say this. We have to do a better job communicating what's going on. He didn't know.
There wasn't a lot of inclusion.
Are y'all gonna buy a ticket?
About that, what?
We're with Jackie. We're with Jackie's table.
If you're trying to include people and they're just pushing back, then you move on and you make a good event, correct?
I disagree. You tried to exclude us when it comes to tickets, but it was never said that we needed to buy a ticket. It was never.
They didn't try to exclude you. They didn't try to exclude you. You said that y'all weren't going to be involved. And then when you showed up, they asked for y'all to buy tickets. And then now you're acting like they try to exclude you?
Never said that we need to buy a ticket.
If you didn't like the way it was run and you were so out in Jamaica, why the hell were you even there?
Right. Right, because from the beginning, Toya was handling them like this. So if y'all was already mad about the way Toya was not communicating with y'all and you said you were out, why did y'all even show up? It's given that y'all showed up, y'all taping for one, but you showed up because y'all wanted to see Toya fail. Y'all showed up because y'all wanted to see and be able to sit there and comment and make y'all look, because y'all do this. I will never get over when Toya and Eugene got into it at the pool party, the way Steve was standing there in the doorway, ear hustling and shit. Come on, bro.
Because it's the Met Gala. Because it's a big
why were you
cause.
there? Why were you
Because I
there?
was there
You
to
were
support the
out.
cause.
I was surprised.
All right, fellas.
Right, and if they said they was coming as regular guests, that means you gotta buy a ticket. Come on, bro. I feel like at this point, I don't know why we still talking about this, except for the fact that Steve has some insecurity about how much money he makes. Nigga, nobody cares.
You justified bad behavior. What are you talking about? So when did I
then you
stutter?
mentioned my
You
wife.
want to cuss? So if you gonna keep that energy,
Don't boss
keep it.
up on me, Steve.
No, I'm telling you, you just listen. I was
You
good.
can stop pointing
I
at me,
was
too.
good.
You can stop
I was
pointing.
good.
You can stop
Until you
pointing
just
at
said
me.
something
I'm
about.
done.
Do you want to be one of the women?
Do you?
Do you want to be one of the women?
Do
Because
you?
you're acting like one.
You were out.
Yeah, I'm sure they got a call time. I feel like Steve is blowing this out of proportion in a way that even Mimi is not. Because as soon as Mimi found out they had to pay, they paid, and that was it. Whatever. Was there anything else? I think that was pretty much it. Oh, y'all. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, y'all. We're not gonna agree on this one. We're not gonna agree on this one. I do feel like the miscommunication might have been intentional, like I said, because Toya is an asshole, right? But essentially, y'all was communicating through Jackie anyway. So why you didn't get the information? Y'all are all in a group thread, right? Everybody's in a group thread. Everybody knew what was happening. To me, at the end of the day, Steve said, I'm not contributing. We're not contributing. We don't like how it's being ran. We're not contributing. Who? You show up to the event. Can y'all at least buy a ticket? You want us to buy a ticket? We shouldn't have to buy a ticket. We're on the show. I have a $5,000 jacket on. I don't have to buy a ticket. How dare you? That's what it's given. That's what it's given. That's what it's given to me. Okay. Steve putting on for TV. He know the people like to feminize Eugene, and because to me, what Eugene said wasn't even worth all that. It was like you couldn't wait to throw that out there. Yeah, Steve is giving a tad bit attention. Y'all was sitting up there talking about Eugene. Eugene all in the business, and Eugene is too much shit. Okay, girl. Because Steve is giving Peter. Steve is giving Peter. Girl, we just not going to agree on this situation. Let me read some of these super chats. Let me see. Because I don't know what's from today and what's from yesterday. Brandon, marriage ended because you didn't put God first. I think that's from yesterday. Okay, so I only had one super chat. Destination Sunrise, thank you for the super chat, love. Thank you for being the onlyest one today. Thank you. Thank you. Dude had no business coming at Eugene like that. And the other men are weak for not having Eugene's back after knowing him for so long. And I feel like Eugene is one of the most supportive men in the group. Like, he's the most supportive of the other men. I think he's one of the most honest, like, when it comes to how he feels about things and having, the other men's back. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm sorry. I don't like the way they're treating Eugene. I don't give a fuck. Okay? This is how I feel. And if you mad at me about it, you was looking for a reason. Link in the description box. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. They all said it was poor communication, but he was still supporting and the show possibly enforced they be there, it's TV. I think Mimi and Steve's marriage is toxic and they putting on for the cameras. Let me tell you something. When that nigga act like he couldn't get a leg rub, like, get out of my face. All the men are not liking him this year. They're doing him wrong. I don't think it's all the men. I think that he and Damon have issues because of Toya and Heavenly, not really because of their own shit. And it's just difficult. But who else did Eugene? Eugene didn't get into it with nobody else. At least nobody else I could think of. Apparently, Jackie told them they didn't have to because she got them. I don't know. I feel like Jackie is being... And you know what? Boom. There it is. This is who did it. This is who we can blame. Everybody, stop. We figured it out, okay? Stop your comment right fucking now. We got it now. Jackie is to blame because Jackie shouldn't have told them that shit. Jackie should have told them that they had to buy a ticket, but y'all did not want it to be like that. Toya probably said, I want everybody that's not contributing to purchase a ticket. Y'all was like, nah, we all on the show together. So then y'all decide to tell the other ladies that they don't need to purchase a ticket. I feel like it's given. It was a miscommunication, but it might have been because Toya wanted to do one thing and Jackie told y'all to bypass what Toya was saying. And, you know, I'm in charge anyway. Y'all just show up. What's she gonna do? Blame fucking Jackie. I blame Jackie. Eugene is the least misogynistic husband, so it's no wonder that the other men didn't take up for him. Yeah, because it's always bros before hoes. And if you don't bros before hoes with us, right? Then when another dude step to you, we not gonna have your back, even though you have our back. Another thing Toya said, she got a sexual massage while she was married on camera, but she isn't disrespectful. Who said that Toya who said Toya wasn't disrespectful? And how do you know that that's considered disrespectful in their relationship, child? Okay, because people be lying to y'all because they want y'all to leave them alone. But yeah, no. She said she didn't get a happy ending and she didn't get a finger. So I'm trying to figure out what well, you know what? In Atlanta, a sexual massage is really a massage by a nigga that is giving I would fuck you vibes. He don't touch you, but the massage feels like a romantic massage. That's probably what she's talking about because they do that in Atlanta. They'll give you, it's like almost like, hey, we let you know there's an option. Jackie loves to undermine people. Yes, I definitely feel like this situation with Steve and Mimi and Toya and Eugene, I think Jackie is the culprit. I'm going to tell y'all. Exactly. They didn't have to purchase tickets last year. Toya wasn't in charge of it last year. There you go. Mimi was the only one without a ticket. She didn't tell her husband that was in the group chat. So her husband blew up. That's what I'm thinking. And that's why when Toya said, I told Mimi that if y'all weren't going to give money that y'all needed to purchase a ticket. That's why Toya entered into that conversation, because it sounds like Toya did tell Mimi, and then y'all talked to Jackie, and Jackie told y'all to ignore Toya, and now you showing up, blowing up. That's what it feel like. But I'm not getting over the fact that Steve said, well, I could have gave 15, 20,000, but y'all want to act a fool over a $300 ticket. Nigga, you're gaslighting. Get out of my face. I'm with you on this, Bondi. Steve's full of it. If you plan to purchase art, that will go to supporting young people. Why? Girl, why would you now not do that? Because of your personal issues with the host. Exactly. That's because he never was going to do the shit in the first place. It's a scheme that Jackie came up with to come to us with the bullshit. That's why I'm resigned to be with it. It's Jackie's fault. It's Jackie's fault. But it does give that Steve is insecure about how much money he makes, and I'm sure that's because he no longer plays football. Y'all know how the football players be. They so used to being that nigga, and then when they not that nigga no more, then they feel like they got to keep proving that they that nigga, especially when their wife is extremely impressive, and now their wife is on Married to Medicine, and she's making a lot of money. It gives, I got to prove that I'm not just a bum, you know? Yeah, y'all feel like y'all got to chest up the people and all of that, and I don't like when y'all do that because Eugene don't be on that. Like, Eugene do not be on that. And it's like you wanted the opportunity to punk him. It's given. Mimi can't fight with Toya like she want to. So Steve is going to try to start shit with Eugene to make up for it. And I don't know what that's about, but it just didn't need to be all of this. Let's see. Mimi is a main cast member. Mimi does not need to be the guest of the main cast member. She needed her own table, but then she would have had to put the $2,500. See, everybody keeps conflating these two things. The show is one thing. It takes money to put on the Met Gala. Every other woman who is main cast gave the $2,500. Heavenly, as much as she cursed her out and bitched about it, gave her the money. Contessa didn't trust her, gave her the money. Quad gave her the money. Jackie gave her the money. So that means she only got money from a few of y'all in the first fucking place. Like, to me, I feel like it just, even them doing it that way made sense to me, because I would only want it to be the core group too. I wouldn't want to put these new girls. I don't give a fuck if Mimi is main cast. Mimi just got here, bitch. You just got here last year. I would not be putting her name on Met Gala Foundation, nothing. Mimi, Steve, Brandy, and Angel can go. Bring back Mariah. Girl, get out of here with that. Mariah need to be wherever she at. Y'all give Mariah too much credit as far as I'm concerned. I like Mimi. Steve is working on my nerves right now, but I still like them as a couple. I think they're good on the show. I don't think they should get rid of anybody. I like everybody. I think that Angel, they need to, Angel is a friend of. So they're not going to show all of her life. Brandy's a friend of. It's not going to be their whole life. Now, Contessa is a main cast member, and we didn't see a fucking thing from Contessa except for that birthday shit. So as far as I'm concerned, if anybody needs to be giving more, Contessa should have been giving more this season. Jackie should have been giving more this season. But this season was Toya, Eugene, Heavenly, and Damon, Quad, and King. Those are the only people who are actually giving storyline or giving anything really this season, if you ask me. Like, and what sense is it to go in on Eugene if your whole gripe is that his own wife goes in on him? I know, right? Because, nigga, you supposed to beat her ass. Okay. And if you don't beat her ass when you get home, I'm going to beat your ass. That's what it's given. That's what the men are giving. If you don't abuse the wife, we abuse you. That's the way it go. Findy, you do not like Steve and Mimi. Yes, no, I don't dislike them, y'all. Y'all misunderstand. Y'all think I don't know what that's about. I don't have to agree in every instance in order to like people. I do like Mimi and Steve. I think they're a great addition. I think they have shit going on in their life. I think there's shit underneath that we haven't seen yet. I love how smart and emotionally intelligent Mimi is. I love how she was calling Toya out about her shit at the beginning of the season. I like the fact that she speaks up for herself. I like the fact that she gets involved. Steve comes to the show with a new outfit every time, a new Louis Vuitton outfit every time we see him, okay? Also, he's messy. This is good TV. No, I do like them. I just don't like them in this situation. It's a case-by-case basis. And in this case, they're wrong. I don't even like fucking Toya. Let's everybody not forget. Let's everybody not forget. Okay? I just see how, I just see this situation in a specific way. It's okay. Heavenly was a friend of, but gave main character. Absolutely. Dr. Simone and Cecil's marital woes were the only. Oh, yeah, I forgot about them. Simone and Cecil. My bad. I forgot. But nah, I think that Steve and Mimi are a great fit. I don't like Steve at all because he fucking with Eugene. No, girl. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, it's a reality show. I'm blaming Jackie. You know what I'm saying? He's insecure. He's an ex-football player. Like, his wife is the person that everybody cares about right now. That's probably hard for him to deal with no matter what he says. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I have to disagree with you. They were not wrong. If they were a guest of Jackie, then why do they need a ticket? Then we just disagree. Because I keep saying over and over again that just because you're a guest of Jackie doesn't mean that you don't have to buy a ticket. Everybody else had to buy a ticket. and Jackie has a table, and I'm sure that Jackie sold tickets to her table. That's usually how those things go. As far as I know, in New Orleans, we have an event, somebody has a table, they have a certain amount, because they pay for the table, and then they charge people for seats at the table. I already said this. We're blaming Jackie. Get past it, everybody. We're blaming Jackie at the end of the day, okay? But they still should have had to buy a ticket to come to the event. I think so. Either give the $2,500, because to me, that's not even fair to the main cast members who are not just at this event because they're a main cast member. They're at this event because they paid the $2,500. Like, that's another thing. The main cast members they paid the $2,500. I don't know. But people don't always do it like that. They don't. But in this instance, nobody is there just because they're a part of the cast. Nobody is there just because they're from the cast. I just want y'all to hear that. Nobody is at this event for free just because they're a cast member. And I don't understand how lesser cast members think that should work like that. I don't know why you think that you should show up to the event not paying for a fucking thing for free when the main people here have paid the $2,500 to go towards the event in the first damn place. Does that make sense? Like, Toya did say Jackie bought 10 tickets, and then Jackie should have sent them the QR code for the ticket. Again, this is Jackie's fault. It's Jackie, y'all. It's on Jackie. Eugene and Steve gotta just let Toya and Mimi hash this out next season. Yes, I do think so. And I think that that's hard sometimes. Like, I'm gonna be real. It probably is hard for Steve to have his wife be on the show and have her be going back and forth with Toya, and Toya doing all that, weird shit that she does, because Toya's a weirdo, If you're a guest at a fundraiser, you are expected to spend money. That's what I thought. I don't know why there's a presumed I should just be able to come in here and not offer anything. I don't know why that's there. Oh, they're a cast member. That's irrelevant. This Mad Gala should be handled by professional event, but then they would have no storyline if they paid somebody to handle this, y'all. Then they would have no storyline. See, we got to make shit overly complicated because we need story. Yeah, y'all, this is Jackie's fault. Let's just blame Jackie and move on, okay? I love your commentary. I'm glad oh, thank you. See, I appreciate you. Thank you. Ash Monique, they was supposed to have a QR code. Like, that's what the lady said. Where's the QR code? And that's what I think it was. Like, there's a list of people that paid for this event, so they don't have to have anything. And then there's a list of people that need QR codes to get into the event. If Jackie bought their tickets, then all Jackie had to do was send them the QR code, which she did not do, and then they still ended up paying out of pocket. So, come on, y'all. They both clashing over their wives. Yes and no. To me, in the reunion clip, Steve is really like adding on to this situation from a place of his own insecurity. I do believe that. That big event for only $10,000 in scholarships. That's why I was wondering, maybe they'll like answer this at the reunion, that what if there was money that they collected at the event and then that went to, somebody else, or maybe that went to the same two women. I don't know, but it did seem as if they were collecting money from the art and everything at the event. And they didn't do remember last year they did like the what you call them? You buy something and the money would go, and then it was confusion, and then we was waiting on people to get the money. Like, that shit with Phaedra last year was they might have made more money, but it was fugazi, right? So to me, it seemed like maybe Toya just really put as much as she could on the event, and then whatever was left over, they put towards the young women. I feel like, and then whatever is on the back end, they'll send that to the young women. I don't know. Or maybe they'll put it into their foundation. Who knows? But hopefully they'll be able to explain that at the reunion show, how that all played out. No, I auction. Thank you. They had the auction last year. They didn't have an auction this year. Steve is broke. Jackie set it up. Simple math. Oh my God, girl, you are not lying. I agree. The formula for these shows is that there has to be some degree of mess at these events. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I just do feel like essentially the things that are happening that are real is that Steve don't want y'all to think he broke on camera. And that Eugene is tired of everybody, what he feels like picking on his wife. They're not picking on her, Eugene, but they are being immature as fuck. But so is she. So it's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. $150 for chicken wings and no plate. They didn't have no plates. I thought they had place settings. When people sponsor a table, they receive 10 tickets to the event. Toya was wrong for trying to make them pay because they were Jackie's guests. Simone even told Toya to stop charging. Yeah, I don't care about none of that. I've already responded. The amount raised was less than what they raised last year, 100K. Yeah, see, y'all saying they raised 100K. I don't believe they actually raised 100K last year because it was very confusing about when Phaedra was gonna send her money. If she sent her money, who said they was gonna pay and didn't pay and all of that? Yeah, nah. And I also feel like last year, the fact that he spent $5,000 on that little ugly bowl, I feel like that whole shit right there let me know that you performing having more money than you actually do. Thank you, Step Core, C Corp. Thank you. This was definitely a scheme set up by Jackie to come to us with the bullshit. It was. I think that Jackie wanted these moments to happen in order to get back at Toya. Toya still attended and didn't pay. Bondi, you loud and wrong. I'm not loud and wrong. That was not. Toya was in charge this year. Toya was not in charge last year. So yes, last year they let her show up not paying anything. They did. That's not this event. Like, it sounds like y'all are saying Toya should have let Mimi and Steve in for not paying because they let her in last year and she didn't pay. But that's not how this works. That's not how that was gonna work. That's not. Toya's in charge now. So if Toya's in charge, why the fuck would Toya be like that with Mimi and Steve when she don't even like them? I'm just saying, like, I'm not loud and wrong. You think just because it went like that in previous seasons that it was supposed to go like that this season, and I'm saying no, Toya is an asshole. So it wasn't gonna go like that. Different set of rules. I'm not loud and wrong. Stop talking to me like y'all want me to block y'all in these fucking comments. Because I don't know you. So I'm not personally talking to you, even if you feel played by something I said. I don't know you. You know me. I don't know you. One thing time has taught me is that having girl, terrible advice. Having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So I'm going to just take what I got and work with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to understand. No, it's a lot of them over here that want to argue with me about dumb shit in the comments all the time. Dang, they say loud and wrong. I couldn't do YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Right, loud and wrong. Girl, I'm not loud and wrong. You're watching a YouTube video. We're not having a conversation. I'm not typing in caps. Bondi, the difference is the person did not pay for the whole table. They invited you to sit with them and they sold you 2 tickets. What? I don't understand, Miss Randy. Then Jackie should have given them the code. That's my main thing. It's Jackie's fault. The end. Curtis had his hand on Quad's waist during the apology. No, I didn't say anything, but I was like, why did he have to pull them into a huddle? Hold up, let me see.
We wanted to make sure
Hold up.
we gave you a king and official apology.
Oh, wait, no. It went from the shoulder to the arm. Okay. I still don't understand why you got to be squeezing on them like that. Like, unhand me, nigga. Unhand me, nigga. Okay? Like, he always got to have his hands on somebody. That's what we was talking about. You always got to have your fucking hands on somebody. Oh, my God. I don't see no hand on no waist. Hold up. Let me cover it up. And then if I see a hand on the waist, hold up.
Because we offended. You always want to say we're sorry.
Yes, Jackie did correct his apology. Because what the fuck do you mean if?
I am sorry, guys, because I want nothing but the best for you guys. You know, we've been around, girl, for a long time, laughing and joking and having a great time.
Laughing and joking and having a great time. We've been around for a long time.
So and I think why my brother attacked me. I was like, it wasn't an attack. It was an attempt to get you to look at.
His hand is absolutely still around Quad's waist as he's having this conversation with King. Yo, why is he like this? It's up here. It's not in an inappropriate place, but it's still why you gotta be touching people. We already think you a creep.
Have him a different way.
Why you gotta be touching people? We already think you a creep, Curtis.
I was just caught off guard. We all have our beliefs in God, religion, and whatever. We all have our own. All right, I have my way of doing it. You guys obviously have your way of doing it.
It is fine for it is that he's coming across self-righteous and judgmental.
And that's how these niggas be. That's how these niggas be. It is the craziest thing to see how many men who have no moral compass in any other situation, right? When it comes to them, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, well, that's just not right with the Lord. Where are your morals? Where are your morals? My God. And I'm like, collectively, men, y'all don't have morals. So when y'all, even singularly, decide y'all want to start having conversations about morals, girl, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Yeah, no, Curtis, we're going to be cursing your ass out. Please play the part where Simone pulls her to the side and says, stop charging people because she was double dipping. I don't think she said that she was double dipping. I missed that part. Maybe she was double dipping. Maybe Jackie shouldn't have put her in charge of the money then. Maybe teaching people lessons isn't as important. Huh? So yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. It's Jackie's fault. That's it. All right, you guys. Like, hold on. Because you know what? Never mind. I'll talk to y'all in the BondyBlue show. And if you want to come and argue with me in that one, come on.